All right.
Welcome, everybody. We are live with cRPG podcast. We haven't titled it yet, but I am Delro.
I'm Axonon, and we have still sipping
Drinking.
black white.
That's black
I guess.
white.
Hi.
And
So today we're having a special guest. I'm not saying already who he is. I think most people know already, but um, I will run an introduction for him, and then we'll have him on the podcast. So I'm starting it now.
now an ad
All
started
right.
playing.
So
Hope you
oh, I
enjoyed
need
that.
just to show him. Welcome,
That was sick.
RFL.
Well, thank you.
um, so we're having you. You're a map designer in cRPG. Um, thank you for coming. Um, I'll I guess you want maybe to introduce yourself and talk about your experience before making maps here. And
Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah. So I'm RFL. I'm 31 years old, and why that's relevant is because I started making maps since I was like 6, 7. I started making them on Warcraft 2. I didn't make any functional ones, but it's like paint. It's just fun. It's like drawing. And then I started making maps for Red Alert 2, Warcraft 3, Frozen Throne. I made maps for Counter Strike Source, Unreal Tournament 99, just a bunch of games really, Halo. And last year I started making maps for Bannerlord cRPG. So yeah, I've been at it for quite a while, and I love it. It's fun.
okay,
Welcome to the mod,
Vast
man.
experience.
yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you,
It's
Glad to
thank
have
you.
you
you're
here.
killing it. Let
Um,
me just say right now, you are killing it. Keep it up.
Yeah, that was
so
a great intro, by the way. X, like that
thank you,
video
man.
is just, it's great, man. It's very zen. Like I love the music as well. Yeah.
You need to get that up on your demo reel. That's really,
Yeah,
you know.
you should download it for yourself.
And put it on your
Maybe if you
LinkedIn.
want, yeah, exactly, and yeah,
I already
for
got
Really
it
future
go apply that
downloaded
to
jobs.
Sail
actually.
Worlds.
Um,
Yeah.
before going on CRPG, did you make maps for like native or whatever on Bannerlord? Not
No,
really.
no. The first map I uploaded on the Discord was actually the first map I ever made for Mount and Blade, basically, like the first actual functioning map where you could spawn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh, cool.
Did you need help for going through the first steps at making a functional map?
Yeah, I need a lot of help. Like, Tailwords is not really known for their solid documentation. Like,
Yeah.
their tutorials are just, yeah, they're garbage.
Yes.
I went on
You
the
mean
Discord.
Turkish?
I mean, yeah, I mean, sure. It's just really bad. So I went on the Discord. I asked around, got some links to Macbeth of Gondor, I believe. He has like a whole tutorial
Hmm.
on YouTube, and I just watched all the videos, like the whole day basically, and I just started making like something really. Yeah, and when I didn't know something or I got stuck somewhere, I just asked in the channel, and people helped me out. So that's kind of how I got started. Yeah.
Good. Do you feel like um, the lead map designer are giving a lot of help to new sprouts?
I mean, yeah, like they help me out a lot. I try to help people as well when they come to me. I'm
Okay.
always approachable, so if you got any questions, you can always just DM me as well. I've had
Nice.
people do that before, and I
Good to
usually
hear,
like to give them
guys.
tips. So yeah, like no, yeah, for real. Like you can always ask any questions, and if I can help, I'll try. I'll help out. Yeah, and I
Cool.
think any of the leads really. Um, so yeah,
Yeah,
Good.
Any other
people
tips for
people that
helping people get
make and
started?
play this game are
any
incredibly friendly. Sorry, go ahead.
any tips for people
Touch
that
on
get
that.
started? What really helps me, but this is just design in general, because I did graphic design in like as a job. Is best practices. And what I mean with that is just look at existing maps that you really like and open them up in the editor, see how the mappers approached it, like how they made certain things. And I wouldn't say copy it, but like, just mimic it and then give it your own twist. So that's kind of what my tip would be. Yeah. Like just
Okay.
look at what already works. You don't have to
Okay.
reinvent the wheel at first, and then just continue on with that, basically. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. You guys have one question you want to ask him?
Well,
That
I
was
was
my
gonna
question.
touch I was gonna touch on what he was saying before about everybody that makes content for this game seems extremely approachable, extremely like able to, willing to reach out and if you ask them a question, they'll help you out. I mean, people in this mod are incredibly welcoming, it seems, to new modders and new players alike. I mean, you seem incredibly down to earth and willing to talk about the things that you've made for this mod and for others, and that's awesome. A lot of people, they hide away with it, but the way that we share here is really really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, I was thinking. Have you shared your map with other mods in Bannerlord? Because I'm pretty sure maybe some people have approached you.
Yeah, quite a few actually. So I got Samuri was even used in one of those native tournaments. I made a
Yes.
skirmish version for it. So that was one. I got approached by some big clans asking if they could use my maps. I'm like, sure. And also in Persistent Empires, our favorite other map or mod. They got
Uh,
Silver Skelett's part of it as well. But back then I kind of made maps with the mindset I make them so people can play them. But now I exclusively map for cRPG just to give it more like a unique feel. Like certain maps are only playable in this mod. So yeah.
So
Okay.
what is it about CRPG that makes certain maps only playable on them? Is it the speed? Is it the what is it that makes a CRPG map exactly?
What I meant with that is like only playable as in like it's only available on that mod. So it's
Ah,
not like that's what I
exclusive.
kind of meant. Yeah, exclusive. Like
You want the
I don't.
exclusivity for us.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Sweet.
So like not that long ago, someone was actually asking a lot of creators, and I just said these maps you can use. Those were like my early maps,
Mm.
but like half of it you cannot use because those are just for cRPG.
Yeah.
Um,
nice.
yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
that's
I didn't
that's
know
pretty
that. We have
much.
exclusive maps.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Well, at least
Sick.
my maps are. Yeah, yeah.
Ah, lovely. Lovely.
So
I'm pretty sure you also balance in the idea of like which mod which game mode you're working with. So CRPGs like as 3 game modes, and if you try to get the map on another mod, might not work as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So for example, Persistent Empires, they just took part of one of my maps. They didn't take the whole map because, like you said, it's a siege map, and I believe Persistent Empires has like huge maps, so you could only use like certain parts of a map. But
Okay.
yeah, I guess some maps you could play for native as well, I suppose. But yeah, no, cRPG is very unique in a sense. So yeah, when you make maps, at least I keep that in mind when I design them.
Good.
So yeah, you couldn't really. I mean, you can use them, but it wouldn't work as well.
Okay.
Um,
Interesting.
we've seen that there was a lot of players in P today, and also yesterday when Ask Mongol was talking about playing. I think maybe he's playing right now. I know he was gonna play. But what
He's not playing.
if
He's watching the podcast.
Yeah.
I hope so.
In his hot
But
tub.
like, uh, let's just say that if the mud is imploding and like there's a lot of players playing the game, will you change how you make map? If we have like always like 120 vs 120 players.
If that was always the max or like the minimum amount of players, I think all the maps that I currently made are playable with that amount.
Yeah.
We had like 120 plus players, at least on EU battle. They played Hidika. They played like that's one of my smallest maps really. So I don't know if I would change it. I think I would just continue on with the sizes I have right now. I think in general I already make the bigger maps. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember we had good numbers at the start of cRPG, and
150
those early
plus, man.
map
Yeah. Sheesh.
worked well. So
Yeah, like I remember in Siege, I believe, or Conquest, we had to restart the server because we had to add slots. It was
Oh
just
wow.
yeah, we were maxed out. So yeah, that
What a
was
good
fun.
problem
That
to
was
have. Sheesh.
yeah, that was
yeah,
hype. That was like really nice. But yeah,
suffering from success.
pretty
um,
much.
good, and we probably will like make more server if really it happens. I guess
Oh hell yeah!
instead of like because there's kind of a maximum and start lagging if there's too many people. Um, so when you make your map, do you place any secrets on your maps?
Yeah.
Tell me all the secrets.
You don't
I
have to
want to
tell
all the
know
them. You don't
Whoa,
have
secrets
whoa,
to.
what
well,
are
hang on.
they? How do I
you just
exploit them?
At
you just
least don't talk about the ice dragon. That's too secret.
okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, it was just that was for just for black and white. So I'm just not
Thank you.
gonna share that one. No, every map I have Easter eggs. Always like references like to Berserk. It's one of my favorites, like manga
Oh,
out
you're
there.
into
I love it.
Berserk?
Mhm.
Oh
Hell
boy,
yeah, hell yeah.
yes,
I just recently bought 2 more volumes, like 2 more deluxe volumes. But
dude.
yeah, so every map has Easter eggs. People finally caught up that I actually add cats in every map as well. So they try to find the
Cats.
cat now,
Okay.
which is yeah, like the
I'm
actual
gonna have
like
to
just a
do
model.
that. Is it the
There's a lot
same
of
cat
Easter
or a
eggs.
different cat every
No, they're the
time?
same cat. Well, they're different sizes though.
Now I
Okay.
gotta start looking for
So
cats. I
maybe
don't think
there's
I've
a
noticed
giant
a
cat
single
hiding.
cat.
Yeah, no,
But
there's a lot of Easter eggs that people haven't found yet actually. But to the secret thing, there is a secret in Silver Skeleton. I think a couple of people know about it. It's not really giving you a gameplay advantage, but there are pots I believe you can throw. So
Okay.
oh,
Mobile
there's a
pots like
little
Oh shit.
yeah like the big boom booms.
Zelda.
People are gonna fucking search
Yeah,
for it.
so
That's awesome.
I
you
can't
can
wait
just
to play Silver
spectate me.
Scouts now. Jeez.
I know.
You can just spectate me, and we'll see.
Okay.
But there's a couple of people that found out about it. And I also like to put some like not Easter eggs or anything, but like a message to any mapper that opens my map.
So they
Like I just
see
draw
it
like
or
smileys,
oh
or I draw like hi, or I just
One
make
time I
a
zoomed down on a
giant
map and
penis.
there was a bunch of there was a bunch of like penises around the edges of the map, you
Ah,
know,
what?
Yeah,
floating up on
yeah, I had to
spectating.
get rid
yeah.
of them when I fucking made
Probably
the.
weren't penises.
No,
Those
I'm
were
joking. There was
rocket
none.
ships or something.
There's a lot of penises and stuff. But yeah,
They
no,
were
I like
bubbly
to give
teeth.
my entities like my paths, like barriers, whatever. I like to give them stupid names. So when you open them up, you're like, what the fuck is this? Like what is he doing? But yeah, that's that sort of thing.
It's your artist
Because-
signature at the end of every
Right.
painting.
Pretty much, just like little penis somewhere, and yeah, that's me.
Do you have like secret passages and shit though? Because I know one time there was somebody I was fighting that made the map. It was Lizard Wizard. I'll call him out. He was fucking, and he just jumped off this what looked like he was gonna die, but he had a little rock there
Is it
that
Dragon
he
Roost?
placed on the map just for. I don't think it was on Dragon Roost. I'm trying to
His
remember
little
which
lizard
map it was.
perch.
There's a place
Yeah,
you can
he
get
had a
in.
spot he could jump down, and then he jumped somewhere else, and he escaped me. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, I made this map.
It's
just
a
for me."
map designer advantage.
Yes.
I mean, yeah,
Some inspiration to get into map making.
I don't think it's necessarily for him. Like, it's just that he
Yeah.
knows about
Right,
it.
he
Like, I
knows
have a
about
lot
it.
of those. Like, I have a lot of those drop-off points where you can safely
Yeah.
drop off without getting any damage. Sometimes you don't even get like the falling animation or anything. You can just quickly just keep going.
Nice.
I have that a lot, especially in
Right.
my conquest maps, because I don't like it when you have to like open the gate or anything like that. I like when defenders can suddenly out without having to expose themselves, I guess.
Oh yeah, just
Yeah,
dropping
cool,
over the
cool.
walls and stuff. I
So
noticed that
there's
in Siege the other day. There was a map that had a really good spot like that. It was like off the wall, and there was a. I don't know if you did that one, but off the wall there was a platform below it, and then you could jump from there onto the bridge where all the attackers were hitting the door, and it was really nice.
On a
Oh, yeah,
siege
yeah.
map, yeah.
I'm
That
not
was a good
sure.
implementation. Whoever did that. So it used to be you'd have to open the gate, and it's still on a couple maps. Seems a little relegated, but if you you have the ladder system where you can go over the gate. Awesome, good work. Whoever
Yeah,
did
no,
that.
I don't. That's Fips. That's Fips. I
Okay.
don't do that. What I usually do is like next to the walls, like the actual walls, I put like some barricades, like just piles of like wood or sticks or whatever. Like it looks natural, like something the attackers were stacking up
Yes,
to get up on the
Yeah.
wall, something like exactly. I like to usually make it more natural. Anything that I add, so it makes sense, sort of. But yeah, no, I don't have any secrets. I don't. I like to keep it an even playing field, like
Like,
yeah.
For Siege, I think the maps I like the most are, because I don't necessarily play Siege a lot, but the ones I kind of find good are the ones where when you play attackers, you can go defend like whatever, let's say the door, and you're not stuck behind a wall waiting for them to destroy the door, and there's easy access to get there, and you don't have to like kill half your health just to get there by jumping down or yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
having player being more active all the time is probably the best way to make maps. I don't know if you think about that when you're making your maps.
Yeah, no, definitely. So one of the more recent conquest maps I made, well, actually the most recent one, really, it's Iron Hill, and what you just described is exactly what I tried to do. I don't like it when you cannot defend. Like when someone is hitting a wall or hitting a door, I believe the defender should be able to retaliate or at least defend it. Or I just use barricades that you can jump over as a defender without having to break it, really. But yeah, no, I definitely take that into consideration when making my maps. Yeah,
Okay.
or at least the conquest maps.
I have one question from a viewer. How many times did you had to fix your map because of Nor?
Let's just say I hired him as a QA for me.
Oh, that's cool.
Like yeah, no,
At this point, yeah.
at this like I have a war with the mountain goats. That's how I like to call them. They just I don't know, man. I'm just playing the game, and suddenly I see someone like on top of a hill somewhere in the distance, and I just press Alt, just to see who that is. I'm like, who is this fucking bozo, And it's Nor, like always.
Always.
It's always Nor. Actually, my very first experience with Nor was on Zamuri, my very first map, and he was stuck on like between a wall and a barrel, like doing the endless falling animation. I was like,
Yeah.
I was just like, what is he doing? And then I remember him typing, "Don't worry, this is what I always do. Like, don't worry about it." I was like, oh, okay. So that was my introduction to Nor. So yeah, no, I constantly have to fix things, but nowadays I just invite him to private tests and just let him go wild and see if he can find anything, and then I just bury it off. Like that's kind of my workflow right now.
That's
What a
cool.
good guy.
He has so much
Yeah,
experience.
he's
like
great.
he does know how to abuse them and like see them from far away. All right.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. That's
he's a great guy. He's the nicest, really.
well. That's nice. You can contact him and work with him.
That kind of goes into the next question you got here, but How much testing do you do on each map, and how much of it is done by Nor?
So yeah, the DTV maps, usually on battle, I don't really have to test it that much. I just walk everywhere, see if there's any like weird falling animations. Because sometimes you have like a platform or like boards or something, a boardwalk, and you get this like weird falling animation when you drop off like a little edge or something. So usually I just test that. I walk around, jump on things, see if everything is okay. That doesn't take too long. Conquest, I test all the equipment just to make sure that the RAM actually destroys the door. Like all the equipment is there and usable. I kind of forgot one on Iron Hill. A ballista wasn't usable, so oops. And on DTV, there's hours. Like I believe the latest, the one I'm making right now, probably over 16 hours of testing already.
Oh my gosh. So you're
So
making a new DTV map, another new one.
yeah, another one. I'm sorry, Doro.
No,
Another one.
that's fine. I
And
know
there's
plenty
and
of
there's
people
gonna
that
be
love
another one after
DTV.
this as well. So, but after that one, there's gonna be a battle map though. Like
Yay!
I'm full of
Yay!
ideas. So
Make sure
yeah,
it has a beach.
I think I
it's
like
gonna
the
it's not
change.
gonna be a
Hmm.
beach. I'm
Oh,
sorry. It's gonna
Oh,
be in the style of the map that's behind me. It's
okay.
gonna be in the Rosethorn style.
sick.
Because
Oh, I
Salt
love
Salt
that.
asked for it, and he was like, "Yeah, could you make a battle map something like this?" And I was like, "I guess I could, yeah." So
Thanks, Salt.
that's what I'm gonna do.
Cool.
Nice.
But yeah, there's gonna be a lot. Like, there's a lot of testing, especially with DTV, because it's just
More so
yeah.
than with a conquest or battle.
Oh yeah, way more.
Interesting. Okay.
People like to I wouldn't say exploit, but they're trying to get every advantage they can
Yeah.
against bots just to get some easy money, get them easy XP, and which is understandable.
It's
But you
part
try
of
to
the I
avoid
feel like
that.
it's part of the puzzle game, right? It's part of the actual gameplay of that.
I
Is
mean, I
how do
mean,
you
I
You kind of
guess
change the rules.
I
Re.
have a different
Yeah.
view, but no, I get it. Like it's
Hmm.
in battle, if someone sits behind a wall or something, like players can think. Bots are stupid, right? Like a player
Correct.
would be like, "Huh, I just have to stab him now and I get him, or I just kick him, or whatever." And a bot is just stupid and just does wide swings and
He
yeah, that
doesn't
sort of
debug
thing.
from there, and then, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't
And there's
it
like
doesn't think.
there has been a change recently where we tell people to stop abusing the maps in DTV, and
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
it's differently moderated since the last week, I think.
yeah,
So that will help probably with those abuse, and still you will still be able to make good maps, like because sometimes you have to fix something and just remove completely like the essence of the map. Like
yeah. Like the water, for example.
yeah, the
If I had
water
to remove
where
that,
you had
like
the boat. Like now, if people can't abuse it, then it's just like part of the
yeah,
scene. And
like and the yeah, like the thing is like I obviously some people think like, hey, but I can do it, why shouldn't I? It's like I've actively tried to stop people, but
no,
people
never
find a
gonna
way.
work.
Like if you see the editor, like if I open that map, you're gonna be like, what's going on? There's like lines everywhere, and that's just me trying to block people off. It's just
Nice.
people will find a way. That's just how it is. So yeah.
Well, you were saying before the podcast kind of officially started how you'll be playing, right? And while you're playing, you're play testing because you see somebody do something, you're like, oh, close that out, should block that off.
Yeah,
Not no
like
more.
when I'm in the game, Big Brother's watching. Like just just
Okay,
keep that in
don't
mind.
play
Like when
when
I
he's
see
there.
something, don't do any weird things when I'm there because I'm gonna patch that out. But nah, usually I'm already aware of it because I got like Nor trying things out and he's like, "Yo, I found this weird spot. Are you aware?" And I'm like, "What?" And then I see him just walking somewhere in the distance. I'm like, "Oh my god, this guy." But yeah, no, I do. That's on DTV. I patch things live basically because I have like a second monitor where I have the editor open. But
nice.
in battle, I also go in spectate mode, but for different reasons. It's more like you don't have heat maps in this game, and in other games you often do, where you can see like where's the most action in the map, right?
Yeah,
And then
that's
you can
something we
try
need
to
to
tweak
get.
that. Yeah, that would be so good if we could have that. Because in a lot of shooters they have that, so you can see where the most action is.
Yeah.
But in this game you don't, so I just go in spectator mode and just fly up, have
Right.
like a
Yeah, you
bird's
can just see
view.
all the corpses and see where everybody's running around the
Hmm.
most.
Exactly. See what kind of routes people take. and see if I can like if that is what I was intending, or if I can maybe like change that a little bit. Because yeah, you have to keep that in mind while designing maps as well. And it's always different when you have like
Hmm.
a live audience or like public playing it, people playing it.
Oh yeah, and there
So
has
yeah,
been
I didn't know
like
so much went into it, man. That's really cool that you go the extra mile. Sheesh.
yeah, yeah. I try. I mean, yeah. So
um I remember there has been like some people chatting even like yesterday about the new flags in battle, maybe changing that. Well, there was an argument about people exploring less the map with the new change, and other people saying otherwise. Well, I feel people explore more the map now since there's less obligation to go right to flags. It will be pretty cool to have 8 maps uh, for where people are going.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Like that, just like yeah, just know and understand. It's like how you can understand your player base as well. I feel like,
oh, thank you,
um,
straight. Sorry,
but
it's my
but
first subscriber.
congrats, man.
Yeah,
But
congrats.
Thank
Hell
you.
yeah. Thanks, D Straight.
the new flag
Oh
system is cool
God.
because yeah, like you said, now people go to areas that they didn't go before, and I actually just updated a bunch of battle maps that I made to add more flags even, because usually I had to kind of stick to the free map sort of, or free flag sort of rule, or 2 flags depending. But now I can just add like 6 even. So there's going to be like a flag on like different locations that you haven't
Oh
fought
wow,
before. So I think
that's kind of
that's
cool.
really cool. So I did that for Kettis Farm because it's a big open map. So now you're gonna maybe be fighting on certain areas that you haven't fought before.
Very cool.
Killington, Drakenberg. So yeah, a couple of maps I updated. So yeah, new flag system is kind of yeah, I like it. As a mapper, it gives you more freedom basically.
Hmm.
Did I see that right?
Very
That
cool.
Killington is based on a real place called Killington?
Yeah, yeah, it's in the
Is that
UK.
oh my God.
Oh
It
yeah,
has
I
a,
want to go
actually has the
there.
river and everything. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
we ought to have a LARP
and
there.
it's not your only map that you did that, right?
mm,
Based off of a real
um
place.
yeah. So Tulsa Beach, Delro's favorite map
I
apparently.
want to go there now too. That's
That's
awesome.
that's based off a beach, I believe, in Scotland, somewhere like one of the little islands. So yeah, no, I that's also what I use like with best practices. I like to use reference pictures and stuff like that as inspiration, but also to just to get a general feel. So the latest DTV map I'm making, I use Petra. That's like the ruined city Petra in Jordan. That's
Okay.
kind of the inspiration I had for that map, like the vibe I was
Oh
trying to
man,
do, the
that's gonna be
theming.
cool as hell.
That's pretty cool.
Um,
I mean, if people
yeah,
can recognize what the map you're doing, like it's something from real life. I don't know if you're as like if it's um, close to
it's not
one to
one
one.
on
No, it's
one,
not one
but
on one.
yeah.
But do you think they can recognize the layout if
Oh
they
yeah.
went there?
Killington for sure. Like, I mean, you could just Google Earth right now, and you would see the river structure, like just in
Mhm.
Killington, basically. Um,
That's
Same
so
with the
cool.
the
Oh,
beach
yeah,
one.
how
Like,
cool.
it's just
That's so
yeah.
cool.
Like,
I'd like to
I
have
mean,
something close to mine. Just be,
yeah. I
hey,
mean, that's just
that's
it's
map
fun,
here.
right? Like, so, but yeah. Not every map. I sometimes do like free ball it a bit, but yeah, no, I like to use reference pictures just to give it more like an umph, like it feels real, because it
Mhm.
is real sometimes.
Yeah, that
But yeah,
takes role playing to the next level. Sheesh, I like it.
yeah, it has to feel lived in, right? Otherwise, it just feels uncanny, I guess. So
Dragon's
yeah,
Reach was based off of a real place too, right?
Dragon's Roost.
yes,
I
Dragon's
Dragon's
gotta live
Roost as
Roost.
there.
well.
If that's real, I'm living there.
It is
I
real.
believe,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, the large
someone's
version.
backyard.
So, what is? I don't want to take your question, Axe, but what is your favorite map?
Favorite map. My favorite map is the first map I made. For multiple reasons. One, because it was very well received. It's Sumuri. For the people that don't know, it's Sumuri. It was very well received, so that game kind of gave me like an extra like stimulants, like confidence, motivation. Um, but also because the name is based off my partner's name. Well, it's not
Okay.
based off. It's literally my partner's last name. So,
Okay.
because I was asking her like, "Yo, I got this map. What should I call it?" Like, I don't know. She was like, "Just name it after me." And I was like, "I will do
Nice.
it. I will do it." And she's
And
like,
he did
"Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah." And
Aw.
That's
I did
cool.
it. So
Such a
so
Romantic.
everybody,
good boy.
yeah. So everybody, so everybody's like it's kind of weird sometimes. Like they're talking about Samori, and I'm like, "Oh, that's my, that's my girlfriend." But sure. But
Hey,
yeah,
Sue
it's
says
my favorite
romance is
map.
dead.
Yeah,
Nice.
Awesome.
I know, right? Mapper's romance right here.
And
But
for a first map, it's like one of the best map. I'm gonna tell you, like the ambience there is fantastic. Like I didn't
On
expect
Zamori.
that
Yeah.
to be your first map, actually.
Do you mind bringing it
yeah.
up on your map maker there, just so we got a picture in the background?
Oh yeah, sure.
If you don't mind.
My editor. Yeah, no, of
Yeah,
course. Just let me know when it's on, because I'm flying out
Oh, yeah,
now.
there.
There we
Boom, there we
go.
go.
So this was my
Yes.
first map, and you can really see the sort of actually the Counter-Strike layout here
Mhm.
almost.
Now that you say it, yeah, she's
Like the lanes, because that's kind of what I did here. I made lanes.
Mhm.
Which you can kind of see it if you look from above. Like there's a lane system going,
There,
which
yep.
is
Oh, yeah.
basically these 3 main lanes. I try to
I always
go away
push that
from that,
courtyard though.
but yeah, a lot. Well, that's the fun thing. I always see people play it differently. Sometimes
Yeah.
people rush on this corner here.
Mhm.
I don't know if you see the cursor as well,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, we
people
see.
Yeah,
often
yeah.
try to. Let me just do this. Like this corner. Other times people go for the rooftops, or like sometimes even the river, which is also
Yeah.
fun. Like
They cross over there.
it's very different gameplay
Oops.
in every area. It feels very unique while also connected, sort of like it's all in the same theme. And so that's kind of
I
also why it's my favorite map. It's not just
I've got to be
because it's
totally honest that until
yeah.
today, I didn't know you made this map. I thought this
Yeah.
was a native map. It's so like,
Thanks, man.
So
yeah, it's
good.
so
Solid, man.
classic.
Yeah.
It's like such a like,
You can see all the detail put into the courtyard
oh,
here is just beautiful.
it's a great
It
competitive
feels
map. It's
very
just
professional the
this is
way
the
it got.
DE
Yeah.
dust.
It's my
This
favorite
is our
place to hide
DE
right there.
dust.
Nobody expects you to be
Just
hiding.
this
Yep.
corner here.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, no, like yeah, thanks guys. That's a huge compliment. And it's
That's
funny
your
because you
first
guys
map,
say
too.
that, and when I fly around now, I'm like, "Oh, this looks off. Oh no, this is not good." This is like I was actually doing it earlier, and I'm going to ruin it for some people. But this is floating
Uh-huh.
right here.
Oh, I have one
So
question. Yeah.
that's kind of the things that irk me right now. I'm like, "Oh, I need to fix this." And then I have to
There's something
rotate
heavy
this.
in the cart, and it's tilting the whole cart. That's your explanation right there. Boom.
There we have it. Fixed. Don't
Yeah,
fix it.
yes. Just like
It's
that on stream live.
it's
Good
just
job.
done.
Mm.
No, but yeah,
So,
like I
oh
would
wow,
have to
that's
rotate a little
simple, huh?
bit.
Huh.
It's that simple. Yeah, no, it's often pretty simple. But yeah, you can see some of the barriers here. Just to baby prove it, as the elites like to call it, to make sure people don't get stuck. But yeah, you can see that here as well a little bit. It's not as much. If you would compare this to a DTV map, you would just see red basically everywhere. But yeah, this is my first map. It's my favorite map as well. I still like to play it as well. And the reason why I think it's a fun map is it doesn't matter what class you play on this map. It's all viable.
That's what I was saying before. Is like you implemented it very well, so you can be like ninja class, you can be heavy class. Cav even has a place in this map. It's pretty spread out, but every little part of it feels unique, different, and compartmentalized, kind of. So I love the map. It's a good map.
Mhm.
I meant to. Do you know off the top of your head what is the win rate on this for either side? Is it balanced enough, or like
Oh
pretty
yeah. Do
balanced?
you have access to that actually?
I didn't
I
even
think
think about it until right now. Sorry.
I think we do have it somewhere, but I'm gonna be honest, I have no clue. But I
Yeah,
think it's
it's just
pretty balanced because every time I play it, it's like close games, right? So I'd say
Mhm.
that's pretty balanced then. And comebacks are very very real as well. I've had some close games where it was like 4-0 or 0-4, and we came back like 4-5 or something like that, like because we changed tactics on the map.
yeah.
So yeah, no, I feel like it's balanced. People can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there are stats somewhere where you can see what team wins where and stuff. But
I think this one in
yeah,
particular is not
I was just
that bad
asking
balance
because
side. It's actually
I feel like
pretty
it's
even.
balanced.
Yeah.
There's
I
nothing really
think
separating.
it's an important stat
I'll agree
though,
with that.
like to
Yeah.
see what team wins more often or not. because that means you have to kind of change the map a little bit, in my
Well, so
opinion.
I'm gonna just bounce off that question then, a little unscripted. But do you make map changes based off of like if there's just one side's winning 75% of the time? Do you change a set of stairs or something like that, or block an alley, something?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, when I start designing, I always try to like measure the distance with either this tool or something else, or I even go
Okay.
in the server and I just do a timer. Very basic, very back to basics, just like on my phone or something, and I time how long does it get me or how long does it take me to get to a certain point. But yeah, if I see in live that something is super imbalanced, I try to fix that. Like yeah, for sure.
Very cool, man.
Okay.
Awesome.
There's a couple of instances where I changed the map. And I think that's also what differentiates like a good map from a bad map for cRPG is when you take also community feedback into the map. Like as a mapper, you have this vision and you really want to stick to it because it's your creation, it's your baby, right? But sometimes you have to kind of compromise for it. You have to kind of let it go. Um,
That
but
must be
yeah,
hard.
no, yeah. I mean, sometimes like you have to like sort of break something apart. But
Mhm.
in the end, it's usually better, like
Okay.
almost always better. So yeah, no, I don't think I've changed much on this map though, to be honest.
Oh, I had some question. I see that in the middle of the map there is a fontaine,
Yeah,
and like the water is a little bit weird. Do you have problems with making water in the editor?
this water here is it's not water like this.
Just
That's why it's weird. It's a entity.
okay.
I think it's the water plane. I'm not sure. It's basically like a texture that I put on.
Yeah,
And
for
same with
some
the
reason it
fishies.
doesn't show like this in my when I play.
It could be one of your
Graphic
settings.
settings or something.
Yeah,
Do you have
could be your graphic
oh,
settings.
okay.
I got everything maxed out
It's
always,
probably
so
my
like that
nice.
could be why. I think like I always run it like super high. So
Just
especially when making maps, it's nice to have it high, but also low because I have to take that into consideration as well for the people
I
with the
always
lower specs.
I always play super, or I always play cRPG super high, so
well, thank you,
I feel you there.
Meow, for the
It should like
subscription.
this. It should look like this.
Damn, it's
But
working.
You're playing graphics high,
Thank
or
you, man.
never mind.
Both. Yes.
both. It's the best way to play.
Oh man, the
So that's
immersion though.
map making is probably a blast when you get a lot more inspiration. I bet.
I mean, you get Cabbage Patch basically.
Oh,
That's what you
I
get.
want more Cabbage Patch. Bring it
Cabbage
back.
Patch was something.
I
Hey, it
love
was
I love that
balanced.
Like
map.
If nothing else, it was balanced.
I'm not sure if I
Yeah,
liked it, but still today I don't know if I like it. It's just a weird map. Like
Every
it's
time
it's.
it
Bunch
came
of
on that
I,
map,
haters.
I
I'd
think
do
it's a
one of
good event
these.
map.
I think it's shit for
Event map.
cavalry. I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of crap for
Oh yeah,
cavalry because it
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
give you a lot of space.
that's
But
why Skyfall was the best.
it looks fantastic though. Like Cabbage
Yeah.
Patch, like the atmosphere and
Oh
everything.
god,
Mhm.
yeah. The
It's so
lighting,
good.
that
It's
purple,
so
like I
good.
want to just hang out there. I want that map to be like a chill spot, and we can all just sit there and like smoke
Yeah.
hookah and shit.
Yeah, I remember playing that map when I just started cRPG too, and that just I don't know, I liked it. It gives me like nostalgia vibes already. So
Bring
maybe it
back
will come
Cabbage
back. Who
Patch.
knows? Maybe
Hell
I
yeah.
will
Cabbage Patch 2.0. Revisit it.
I'll
Shit, thank
push
you,
for it. Peer pressure. I don't
Thunderbeard.
know,
Hell yeah.
Push for it.
Thank
but
you for the
yeah,
subscribe.
Nice.
no.
Well, let me see what I was going to ask a question about if we got popular, if Asmongold, right, if he were to suddenly come to cRPG and bring like 750 players onto the servers and the servers were capped at 200, would you, if population exploded, and would you have to shift the focus to like larger maps, or would you stay
Oh, we
focused
did this
on
one.
smaller, more competitive maps? Oh,
Um,
did we?
Yeah,
Shit,
we
yeah, I
did.
answered this, but
I
I
missed the
mean,
question.
I can answer it. I can answer it
No.
again. I personally don't think, like for example, this map. I think you can easily have like 150 players on this map
Right.
because players can go
Some of them
anywhere.
work for both, right?
Yeah. And I believe that there's gonna be more servers. It would never like I don't think
Yeah.
it's gonna be like
Do
if
you
it
think we
really
could
explodes.
up it from 120 to maybe 200 versus 200?
I don't know if you guys see it. I will just go offline.
Oh,
I don't know. Do you see my Steam messages pop off?
I
Or?
did,
I'll just
but that's
Okay.
okay.
I'm just it's just
Don't give any of your friends any ideas. They're gonna start sending you weird shit.
no, it was talking mad shit about you guys. No, but nah, it was just asking about Lisa Company. But yeah, no, I wouldn't shift. I think my maps are already kind of big.
Yeah.
Actually bigger than what the lead mappers recommend other people, which is kind of funny. They
Mhm.
usually go like, yeah, you shouldn't go bigger than 100 or something like that. Like, you know, and if I just measure this one, it's already well, this one is 100, I guess.
I think they're not that bad. Like
Yeah,
the
this one is
worst one
kind of
is
okay.
the
Nice.
village. Like
The
what's
Island
called
Village, the
Island Village is
Bullero.
something like that,
Oh,
just
I love
loading
that map.
forever.
That's
But
the
it
best
is
map.
it is indeed one of the best map. But damn, it's loading
Yeah.
forever.
No,
So
I like that map because it's asymmetrical, which I love. I like maps that are not like a
It's a
paintball
real.
arena.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Like it's
Right.
like an actual town or something. Like you.
Yeah, shit.
So that's kind of how I like it. Um, but no, I wouldn't. I don't think I would change. Maybe I mean maybe make more conquest maps because if you have a lot of players, then it
Yeah.
wouldn't surprise me if people would like to play conquest more, and then you have
Sure.
more variation for that
That
map
was the thing
or for
back
that
in
mode.
Warband. There was just 2 servers running simultaneously, so
yeah.
you could play any either whenever.
Hmm.
Yeah, like I don't know. I mean, the smallest map I have, I'm just gonna open it up because why not? It's Hadika.
And like Conquest is better for new players. So
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a
it's
lot
just
more
that we don't
forgiving.
really have the population to have 2 servers. But yeah, Siege is very good
So
player side.
so this would
Running
probably
it,
be my smallest map. Yeah, as you can see, this is like half the size of Zumur. It's like 55, which is
stream it.
pretty small. But even on this map, I've seen population of like 100 people, and it would be fine. So I don't know. I think
More the
that
merrier.
also yeah, exactly. I think that's also what makes a map good. If you can play it with like 100, or if it's good at like 20 people as well, like if with low pop basically. Um, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think it would be fun. I'm really hoping that it will bring a lot of new players to the mod. Oh yeah, this is for everybody.
Oh
Hey,
shit!
there's
There's
the
a cat.
cat.
That's the first
Uh,
cat I've ever seen. Why? You're just now telling me this.
so, yeah, there's more. I'm gonna give you one more. One more.
Is that Chairman Meow?
Oh shit! Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
wow.
This one I've seen it.
And
Whoa.
there's actually
Actually,
another
seen
one.
it.
I'm just gonna give you another one because why not? We're busy
Oh
right here.
jeez.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
That's great.
Okay, this one I didn't knew about. What?
How do I get in
That's
there?
With all
that's
the
awesome.
shits I've done, I never saw this one. Oh, what the fuck?
The
The
You got all the
big
little heads in
skull.
there, and
it's
Wow. Yes.
it's the dead inside.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like every map has multiple of these like Easter eggs, so
What?
I love
go
it.
find them. There's another one actually right here, little doggo. But yeah, like I have a lot of
All
these
the puppies.
things, so
I've seen. Oh, you have multiple doggos because I've seen them.
yeah.
yeah, keep my eyes. I just,
So
jeez, I'll tab and forget the map ever existed. So cool, man.
yeah, you can only see it when you're dead, like when you're spectative mode, obviously.
Yeah.
Because you well, this maybe you could see from below. Yeah, you can see, but you know, you're not gonna if you look up here, you're not playing the game, so you should be focusing here.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
oh yeah, you can already see a change I actually made to this map. So there's gonna be a flag here as well, and also on this corner.
That's gonna be random spawn
Yeah,
between those
yeah,
three. Okay.
yeah. Because it used to be just these two in the middle, but now I also have these corners basically, um,
Mhm.
just to
You
give it like a new game flow.
are you aware if there's something changing which flag is spawning? Like, is
I
it
was gonna ask that.
yeah?
Is
Is
there
it
any method
actually
to the
random
madness, or
or is there like?
That's a question you should ask Katsuya because he
Oh yeah.
implemented that. I'm not even sure. It wouldn't surprise me if it's like 100% random. But I don't know. Maybe he did something. I don't know. You should ask him. He's the one that made it. So
just
Right.
assume it's random for now, so people don't start camping flags before they pop up?
Yeah,
yeah, that would kind of defeat the whole purpose. Like if they would
because
just already start camping the area.
we don't want to play around that. That's just like
Oh.
the flags are just like a remedy to people delaying or just not fighting too much.
Yeah. No. No. I have no clue. I think it's random. I like to think it's random. So yeah.
Oh yeah, having
Well, they
them on
used
each
to
Just
say
side.
showing
it
those
had
Easter
something to
eggs.
do with whichever side had like the last flag captured, but now there's only one
Right.
flag, so it doesn't matter, I
So just
guess.
to give you all an idea of the barriers, that's my
Mhm.
living like hell right now. It's a headache. You can see the difference already from battle. I have to just barrier everything basically.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
and people still find ways.
Mhm.
This is all recently added, but yeah, people will still find ways. But this is the difference between like a battle map and a DTV map, for example.
So this
One
is
of the
DTV.
differences. Yeah, this is the latest map
Okay.
that
This one's
was
not
added.
released. Oh, it isn't. Okay,
Oh no, it is released. Yeah, yeah, this one is released.
I see that you
December is
have
the one?
green
that is a
walls
lot,
and
man.
red
Jeez.
walls. What's the difference between those two?
The which ones you mean?
You have like green walls and red walls,
Oh, this is
defining.
just pure visual. Like it's
So
called
the
Rosethorn, and it was like an idea of like the colors green and red because of rose. You know, like
Oh no,
the
no, that's not what I meant. I meant in
For
your
the
when you're
barriers, the
editing, like the
invisible
barriers.
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
What's the
this is a
difference
one
between green and
way.
red?
So green means that you can
uh
go through it, and red means that you can't. So
Oh, okay.
sometimes you want to use these for spawns, for example, like spawn protection. That's kind of what you use it for.
okay.
Usually, if you have a respawn like Conquest, I like to use them sometimes so that people can't get spawn camped,
Okay.
basically, like
So
this.
the
Yeah,
green ones are like a one way
yeah,
out,
yeah,
and okay, the red ones just you can go through. Oh, okay, I see them now. All
yeah,
right.
pretty
Is
much.
it
That's
always
that's
a
all.
one way out, or can you, or is it like you
Uh,
can make it
I
for both ways, or you have to like have two walls?
two walls,
Uh,
I
It's
think.
just no barrier at all,
yeah,
right? I
it's
would
all.
think.
It's just like the texture. It's always when you're on the outside that you see it.
I would, yeah, like
Yeah,
if I have to do like block the other side, I would just rotate this 180
and
degrees and then
put
put
it
it on the other side basically,
right.
and it
Okay.
would be both. I guess that's how I would do it. I never really had to do that, but yeah. But this is just
Fancy.
to give an idea of like a DTV map, and then of course all the nav mesh, which is like
Oh, that's where
the
the AI
pathing.
can go?
Ugh.
Yeah, and you have to do it
Oh
manually
wow.
as well. Like so, you have
Oh,
to
you
Oh,
have
like
to
really?
control these.
oh.
Wait. So
Some of them, yeah,
I have one
this
question. It's
manually.
kind of cheesy, but if you go outside of those boundaries, are they gonna stop looking at you and go away? Like
Like you
the
mean
bots?
like what's not here basically? If you
Yeah.
step out,
If
Yeah.
if I step
um
out of those, yeah. Like let's say
well
I go in the
depends.
corner where there's nothing.
Here. No, they will go to you when it's close. Like for example, if you stand here, they can
Yeah.
still get you. They will
Okay.
still go
Okay.
for you. They will still chase you. It's just that, for example, here there's none because I just don't see the importance.
Right.
So yeah, if you would stay here, then no, bots would not follow you. Like it's too far off.
All right.
They don't strafe too far off this path in. But yeah, like this is all manually done basically because it's all custom. Well, it's
How
not
Wow.
long? How long did
custom,
this
but
take
Okay.
you? I gotta ask.
oh,
Interesting.
hours. I don't know. Usually, I just generate it first with some settings from Bullero. He's the MVP. But afterwards, you
Oh
have to
yeah, shout out
manually
Bolero.
change. Yeah. Oh yeah. His maps are fantastic. Talking about best practices, by the way, I always like his maps are massive. Like it's
Yeah.
you just open one of his maps and you see the things he does. Like it's crazy. It's like magic, basically. But yeah, I learned a lot from just looking at his maps. Literally, I would just look at how he did things, and then like even these like chimneys. It's not really a chimney, but
Right.
from below it looks like it.
You got a smoke
That's
projector sitting on top of a
yeah,
what
exactly.
static object.
It's like just a wall, but that's what Bullero does as well. I'm like, hey, damn, that's smart. You know, it's
That's clever.
creative.
Yeah.
Like
Perfect.
that's just how you have to basically use the editor. You have to be creative. You have to use things
Mhm.
that are not meant for that, and then just give it your own twist.
I see so much of that, and I love it. Like when they scale stuff up or whatever or down. Like sometimes you'll take like some asset that's like clearly just a little piece of rubble, and then you'll make it into a freaking mountain. It's like
He
awesome.
Yeah, the one thing that just made me laugh from Bolero is that he made like a statue, like a Jesus Christ statue, and I was like, how did he make that arm? And it was like a smoked ham that he retextured, and I was like, what?
Ah!
I was like, how does he come with those crazy ideas? Like the man is like a mad scientist when it comes to maps, like really,
Oh, it's
like.
so cool.
And once you know that sort of things, you really start to appreciate his work even more, right? Like Like
Yeah.
the amount of detail, the amount of work he puts into the maps, like yeah, it's crazy. It's like nowhere near what I do. It's really good.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I think what you do is pretty fucking wonderful too.
But
Honestly.
yeah. Yeah, if you guys I mean I could show you guys the map, the Jordan map.
The new
let's
map?
see.
Sure.
Absolutely,
The new
man.
Yeah,
GTV
sure.
map
If
is
you guys
premiering live on our podcast.
Yeah, why not?
Oh my
the
gosh.
the name is not necessarily final. I'm still thinking it's not even done, the map. I might still change some things. But
Oh,
yeah, this is
hold on,
like
I gotta
the
full screen
map.
that.
It's like I can actually full screen it a little bit as well for you guys. There you go. To give you an idea. This is gonna be like it's kind of like a Khaled version 2.
Hmm.
It's more open. If you ever played Khaled, then you kind of recognize the sort of layout.
Kind of same
I'm still
patterns. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still changing a lot of things. And obviously cats again,
Mhm.
because I always have cats in every map.
You keep pointing these
Oh,
out.
that's
I would
sweet.
never notice that in 1,000 years.
It's the small details, like.
That's so good.
Seriously, I'm gonna start looking.
Who's the person in the ground? No,
Oh,
it's
you
just
see,
like a statue, a normal statue. Oh yeah,
Little naked
you
oh,
can.
cat.
this one,
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
It's like the idea was like it was like a ruined city, like a lost civilization, and there's like a.
Oh,
That's also what I like to do. I like to give my maps kind of like a story.
Yeah.
So
personality.
there's like
Yeah, I can see the
yeah,
D&D player in you. I can see the
it's like
DM right there.
and it was like an expedition, and they were setting up here, they were like working on things, like excavating the city or whatever it is, the ruins, and then these bumbos started showing up, and you have to kill them, you have to protect yourself.
Nice. That's
That's kind
so
of the
cool.
the idea I had. But yeah, this is like a lost sort of city, or like with sandstorms and time going over it. That's why like some of the walls are broken off, and there's like scaffolding around,
Oops.
like
Very cool, man.
this whole like corner tower is basically gone. It's all destroyed. But yeah, no, like this is the newest upcoming map. I'm still working on it, but
Oh, I can't wait. I know a lot of people that can't wait to play that
it's
as well.
yeah, we had some play tests and it went sort of as planned. Not
Nice.
exactly. For the people wondering, cavalry can go up the stairs here, so you're not gonna be safe here. But yeah, no, like yeah, it's fun.
That looks so good, man. Thank you for showing it to us. Oh
Yeah, for
man,
sure.
It's a
it's
little
fantastic.
teaser, sneak peek.
Yeah.
But
At some
yeah,
point, I'm gonna have to figure out how to make the map maker not crash on my computer because every time I try to,
it's bad. It's really
try
bad.
to
Like
do
some of these
something, I'm like,
buttons,
yeah, it
most
just
of these buttons
explodes.
don't even work. Like it's like
Nice.
I don't even touch this.
There it
It's like
goes.
nah. Yeah, like it's
Oh,
the same with
okay.
some of the entities. If you put in the wrong letter, it just
Mm.
crashes your whole like game and everything. It's like what? Like you have to really learn. Like even if I type something, it sometimes crashes. But like some of these letters, if you put them in, it just crashes the whole program,
Wow.
the whole editor. Yeah. So also another tip: save
Save
consist.
often.
Oh
Like yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like
Ah,
basically, I'm paranoid. As soon as I just change something, I save like instantly because I don't want to do it again. I once had a crash and I had to do like 4 hours of work again. It's
oof.
just like
Oh,
you're just like I'm gonna take a break. But
Every
yeah,
map maker's nightmare right there.
pretty much yeah. When a file get corrupted or something like that, like yeah, make backups, make saves like often for real.
So I'm going to ask a couple more times, probably, just because I'm sure there's people out there listening or not. Maybe they'll watch the podcast later on YouTube, whatever. Who cares? Any advice you want to give to new people wanting to start doing this? Because I'm looking at doing this. I don't know. We'll see. I might try my hand at it. But if you want
Yeah, man.
somebody brand new, what's more advice you want to give them?
So the check the pinned messages in the Mappy Map Zone, I think it's called in
On
Discord.
Discord.
There's a lot of useful tips there, like a lot of tips. And
yeah.
don't be scared to just ask. Like honestly, just drop your question in the channel.
I like to lurk in there and just read because some of the stuff is funny, some of it's interesting, some of it's like sneak peeks. Like you get a lot of
Yeah,
cool
man,
little tips in there. It's
absolutely. Like
a good
just
channel on the
just
Discord.
ask. Um, like people are there to help, or at least I am. Like you can always feel free to ask me. You can just send me a private message, and yeah, I will try to help you to the best of my ability. Tips like yeah, just look at existing maps, look what you think is cool. just learn, like pull up a picture like I did for some references, like Killington, it's a real place. Tulsa Beach is a real place. I don't know if any of you have like a picture. Maybe it's kind of fun to compare it. And you're like, oh yeah, that's exactly Tulsa Beach. Yeah, just that's the main tip because often people go like, hey, I'm not creative enough for mapping or creating. You don't. I mean, you kind of have to, but you don't have to be like a Picasso at the start, right? Like
Right.
just yeah, do small steps. I often see people go for these big ass like projects, which is really cool to see. But start with like a small map, like start with something approachable, like realistic. Set small goals, and then work from that. It's not a race. That's also I want to tell people like you don't have to make a map overnight.
Yeah.
I've been working on this map for over a month now.
Oh
Not
wow.
like not like a month like in hours, but just over a month as in
Yeah.
like time wise. I map like a couple of hours every day sometimes. Sometimes I just let it go for like a week. So yeah, like there's no rush, right? Like I know that people want their map to be played on as soon as possible, but yeah, just take your time.
Think about it. It's more like people will play on the map and you'll get
Yeah,
rewarded for it. Like the more
exactly.
hours you
And
put in, the more people will like it,
yeah,
I guess.
exactly. And it's also like if you rush something or you're not like super happy with it, once it's live, it's kind of hard to pull off again. Like it's
Uh
not
huh.
Yeah.
instantly. So yeah, like just try to
Would you recommend a
try
lot
to
more playtesting, especially
no, that's
before it gets released?
I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously you have to sort of test to make sure that
Did you
the map
test
is
with
playable,
people?
but that's what the leads do as well, though. Like we as
Hmm.
lead designers, mappers, we also check your maps to make sure it's not like gonna crash the server or anything like that. But
I meant more like
yeah,
about for as far as like a balance perspective, like shit, get 20 people in there and like simulate a fake battle so you can kind of just pretend like you're going through the motions and then I don't know.
if you can get those 20 people, then yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's kind of the challenge, though. Like to
With the
get that many people
population
to
right
play
now, it's
test.
pretty hard
Yeah,
to get playtesters. We
but
do need dedicated playtesters, you
I
know?
mean, what I usually like to do is just make a draft, like a sketch in Paint or whatever. And I guess you could do that as well if you wanna. If you have like this idea for a map, you can just make a sketch or something, show it to one of the lead mappers. Go like, "Yo, is this balanced? Does it look good? Or what do you think?" And then you don't have to like, because if you get like feedback at the very end and you have to suddenly change something like drastic, it kind of sucks. Like you
Yeah.
already made it.
Hmm.
So usually it's best to just ask for feedback somewhere midway, like just show a couple of pictures. Do you think this is gonna work?
You
And then
showed us
someone can give their
your
opinion.
paint map layouts the other day. Can you put that up on your screen share, like over top of your
Um, yeah, man,
thing, or
absolutely.
no? I
Uh,
want to see that again. It was so cool.
okay, yeah. Let me just switch my screens because now I have the.
If it's too much trouble, don't worry about it. We can
No, no,
we can
no,
It's
no,
just
no.
fine.
drop it in
It's
the Discord.
I got
Um,
I got. Let's see. Did that go crazy good? Yeah, you can see my taskbar around, right?
yes,
All right, fantastic. So
crazy good.
crazy
I'll
good,
show it.
super smooth. So Runes of Rahis is literally the map you're looking at right
There
now.
you
Oh
go.
yeah, that. Yeah.
Oh, look at
Um,
that.
Oh
so
cool.
you can kind of like it's. Let me just see if I can. So it's from this perspective.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see that back from here, right? Like it's not exactly 101, but when I start out, it's like a blank canvas. It's very hard to start a map because it kind of looks lame. It's like, what am I doing? But this kind of helps me out a little bit with the layout. Obviously, it's not the exact same, but that's fine. It's like
It's like a
just
rough in.
yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Like
Get
this, like
tapping
the
and
corner
stuff.
wall,
Hmm.
like the staircase. It's like kind of the rough outlines.
Hmm.
And then Tulsa Beach. I use this picture as a reference.
Oh,
I
yeah. I
think
want to
a
go to
lot of you
there.
will recognize this now. Like, oh
Instantly,
yeah,
yeah.
that's
Hmm.
Tulsa Beach right
It's a
here.
good one.
I can picture Axton shooting me from between those rocks right now.
What else do I have? I had Killington somewhere. I'm not even sure where I have
Yeah, I know
that.
you showed us that one, and I really liked it.
Yeah, I'm not sure
But
where
still,
is the.
that's
Oh,
to
right
me is
here.
super cool. There it is, the
So
Killington.
this is the Killington map.
This
You
is
can
where
see it.
it
Like
all
it's not
started.
exact same. Yeah. I mean, but yeah, like the spawns. I put spawns, put some flags. This is like a
Mhm.
like a quick. It looks very
Yeah, rough
weird or
sketch. I
something like yeah, like
mean,
a rough sketch exactly. And then
like
I just have something to base it off. But yeah.
the
Mhm.
first steps are like the biggest steps.
It's not
just
hard.
to
It's
have
yeah.
everything figured out.
hmm Just to come
All
up with
right.
that concept. So that's really cool. I
And
mean,
then you
for
just
new
add
mappers out
from
there.
Yeah, like I do this with almost any map really. I did that on an other computer, so I don't have all the other pictures. These are just here because I probably made
No,
these
yeah, no
maps.
worries.
But
That's just really cool.
I mean, this is what helps me. But every mapper, every designer has their own like sort of workflow, right? Like their way that they're doing things. But this helps me out. Because when you're starting out with the with the editor, like it's kind of intimidating, right? Like you just let me just make a new scene. It's literally like this. And you're
That's all you
like,
get.
what are you like? What am I
you don't
supposed
even
to
have
do?
an
Like let me.
idea. Yeah, you have to place a character to know
It's like
how.
this,
Yeah.
and you're just like, yeah, what am I gonna do? So when you have like this like outline here, you're gonna. I like to just like make some. I always. This is also a tip, I guess. I
Oops.
always make a layer called measurement.
Just we lost you on the. Oh,
Oh, you
unless
lost
you
me?
removed it. Yeah.
No,
The
I guess I
stream,
just.
Yeah,
you're
the stream got down. Yeah.
I guess it
there. It
just
is. We're good. We're
lost
good.
it. Yeah. So what I like to do is just like I have this like picture here.
Right.
I just like to have it on my second screen and I just make it again, but then with like these outlines.
Mm,
Nice.
okay.
Okay.
What
You
I
just
could
outline it with
show.
like an opacity map just to
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys can
erase
see
it in.
this.
Yeah, I see.
Mhm.
This
Yeah.
is Helm's Point. This is
Nice.
Zamuri. I like to outline the buildings where they're gonna be. You know.
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
That's kind of how I work. This is Skeleton, Silver Skeleton. In its very early stages. This is later on. But yeah, you know, like I kind of like to outline. This is a map I never finished, by the way. But this is kind of how I like to work. Like just make some rough outlines, and then you know you build upon that basically.
Fill it in from there.
Yeah, and then like this is gonna be one spawn. This is gonna be one spawn, and then I'm just gonna add some reference points for scaling. Like I like to put some castles down or something, so I know okay, this is how big
Ah.
the this is this is kind of how big the buildings are. I like to put some atoms. That's why you see the naked little guys everywhere.
Yeah,
Okay, I
that's
bet to
I
you
ask.
have
have to do that to have a reference.
yeah,
Because I think the
exactly. That's the
buildings
reference point.
sometimes are not like scaled well.
Yeah, that's correct. So the scaling should be 0.8 basically.
Oh. Really? Like
Uh,
every building is 80% scaled most of the time?
yeah,
Or else they
yeah,
look like
it's
giants live there?
yeah, pretty much. I kind of messed it up, but yeah, like this is not. There you go. This is
Nice.
the true size.
Hmm.
It's still this is still a very big one, obviously, but this
Oh
is
shit! Yeah,
the
it's
actual size.
still big. Yeah.
That's a huge doorway.
Well, to be
Maybe
fair,
he's
this
just
is
really short.
it's a short kid. Yeah,
Yeah, they
this is
were
bit. This gives you a bit better idea, I guess, because like this door, like is way too
Giant. Yeah,
big,
it
right?
is giant.
It's way too big. So if you scale it down a little bit,
And
then it
then
makes more sense. There you go.
yeah, because
sick.
of the windows too. Like,
Yeah.
if you can't like the windows is not even at the character height.
So you usually want to scale it down. I don't always do it. Sometimes I even scale it up. Just depends on what kind of vibe you're trying to do. So it's Drakenberg. It's actually a D&D inspired sort of map. It's
It
the port.
is. I knew it. I
Yeah,
fucking knew
Dark
it.
map.
I
like
knew it.
with the like the giant bridge sort of
It's
thing.
Neverwinter,
You know.
right?
No,
Or
it's not
no?
Neverwinter. It's not
Waterdeep?
Neverwinter. I kind of got yeah. I kind of
Okay.
got like the. I was just like it's inspired. It's not like a
It's
copy.
from. It's from
Right.
what? What do you say?
It's from like Waterdeep, Gothic, sort of like a different game, you know,
Yeah.
like, but it's like a D&D sort of inspired medieval
Yeah.
fantasy
Well, it
map.
gave me the aesthetic gave me the vibe of like the Neverwinter Nights like campaign, the original one.
Yeah,
But it instantly hit me as this is like a town map from a D&D campaign where you would fight some bandits in an alleyway in the middle of the night. Like this looks like it would be on my tabletop like
This is
yeah.
one of your
during a
best
campaign.
ones.
Yeah,
Oh, you
this
I
is
do
think
this
like
so?
In
this.
my
map.
opinion, this is one
Everybody
of your
Love this
best.
complains
map.
about the darkness, though. That's
I love the
I mean,
darkness.
I do like
I
it
don't
too.
know.
Born in the dark.
It feels
It's
different
bright for
from
me.
everything we have.
Yeah, I mean,
So
it's bright for me, except in his alley, but it's supposed to be a
us
bit, you
old
know.
players that can't barely see anything. No, bro, I like how you laugh. It's we
well,
I'm not gonna say names. All of us older people. It's harder to yeah.
yeah, there
I
is.
mean, I, otherwise it's kind of variation, I guess. Like otherwise you get daily, it's daylight maps only. But yeah,
I like it.
I
No
guess.
complaints.
I guess for some people it's a bit hard to see like some sort of the combat movements, like because you kind of react to that and it's kind of hard. But yeah, I didn't change these sizes. That's kind of what I wanted to show. I kept them as they are because it's already this sort of like fantasy sort of thing going on. So you don't really notice that it's too big, right? Like I didn't resize these.
Mm. Yeah, no, it didn't. It
And
doesn't
and I
bother me.
even increased some of the buildings. But
Nice.
yeah, there's also an Easter egg here. I'm not gonna tell you guys where.
Oh no.
I'm sure there's many.
But yeah, no. So it really depends on kind of what kind of vibe you're going for. If you want to resize buildings, it's not mandatory. Sometimes it's nice to have it big because it kind of feels weird, like Cabbage Patch. It's like this weird dream. So yeah, just be free. Do whatever you want. Trial and error. Really, try things out. See how it looks. If it doesn't look nice, you change it.
Nice.
That's kind of how it goes with mapping.
That's so good, man. Thank you so much for showing us all this. Holy shit. This is like a whole new world to me.
Oh, with all the times you're saving while doing those maps, has it
Oh.
happened to you to lose a map or from corruption or?
It hasn't happened to me yet, and I'm gonna knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood. Why
There
would
you
you bring
go.
it up? Don't even say that.
But it has happened, I believe, to Lizard or to
Oh.
Larry or something.
So-
like they had this whole map file corrupted, and you just lose it, and it's just it
the
sucks.
worst.
It
I
really
guess the
sucks.
best way
Yeah.
is to make multiple saves. Each
Copies,
time
Yeah.
you save like
Yeah.
somewhere else.
You do a backup. I have it on cell maps as well. I just have like
Usually,
multiple.
when I used
Yeah,
to work
backup.
on website type stuff or graphic design 3D, I would just save everything throughout my work session, and when I was done for the day, take that whole folder and put it on a whole different drive or a whole different computer just to
Yeah.
have
Just in
backups
case
every day.
it
Yeah,
implodes.
in case I come in and my computer got hit by lightning. Now I have an external drive over there that's not plugged
Right.
into anything, but it has all my work. So that's when he talks about best practices. That's one of those things. Save
Yeah.
multiple copies, have all your stuff backed up, because
On an
otherwise,
external hard disk or
yes,
something on hard drive. Yeah,
yes,
no, that's what I did for my job as well. We had to do that. So yeah, no, definitely same here. I mean, you don't necessarily have to save it like on a external drive, but
right.
you could.
It's
But
a good helpful
yeah,
idea in case you
you never know. You might
yeah.
lose it. What I
Yeah.
like to do instead is just use the drive on Google. Like
Oh
I
yeah,
just
Google
upload the
Drive,
maps
man.
to Google
Yeah, you
Drive.
can
Then
just
you
throw it on
can
the cloud now.
exactly.
One of the questions I wanted to ask was, do you collabs together? Any map making? Like, do you work on half, somebody else works on the other half, or something like that?
I did that with Plo. Silver Skeleton was kind of his idea.
With Plo Koon?
Yeah, Plo Koon.
Nice. I didn't know
Because
he
he was
made a map.
doing the Kingdom Come sort of series. He did Talmberg as well, and he was like,
Oh,
"Yo,
no
I
way.
wanna." Yeah.
I love that map.
He's a great dude. But I don't do it necessarily anymore because it's just you have to wait for someone else, and when you're in that creative flow, you kind of want to continue, or you just I don't know, and especially when you have time zone differences, and because you can't work on the same file at the same time, so you kind of have to wait for each other.
Fair. Yeah.
It's mostly
But
better if people just give you their opinion and like help you, but from outside, like just saying
for
like, "Oh
me,
yeah, I put that there," but like don't really work with you directly.
I mean, it wouldn't work for me. I like to make my maps like sometimes I'm said, I'm in the flow, I'm in the zone, right? Like I
Arfel's a
just
go-getter.
You definitely have a
I
style,
Working
you
at
can
his own
tell.
pace.
I map for like 8 hours straight sometimes. I just keep going,
Yeah.
and that's sort of thing you can do, I guess, if you really make like some set of rules, I guess, like deadlines, I suppose. Like, hey,
Sure.
Friday, I'm gonna send you the file. And what you could do is like designate areas that you're gonna work on. Like you just like did what I did earlier. You're gonna make outlines.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna work on this area. You're gonna work on this, and then we're gonna connect it to each other. But I personally wouldn't. But yeah, you can. You can collaborate.
Feels
Just
So
curious. Yeah, I was wondering if that
sure.
was a thing you guys did. That'd be cool. All the map makers should get together and make one. You guys all like ad lib a map together.
It would be fun.
map.
It would be fun. Like everybody has their own style of mapping as well. Like everybody has
Oh,
that.
Yeah, so it
So-
feels
tell.
weird when you mix them up. You have
Yeah,
one side
yeah,
that
no, for
feels
sure.
very different than the other side, and just,
Yeah, no, for sure.
I did work in 3D, and
It's like what kids like to do when they fold a paper, and the first one makes like the head, and the second one makes the torso, and then you just fold it out, and it's like a completely different weird creature.
It's
Yes.
the horse meme where you get the good, like it starts good and then it just ends out with like a
Yeah,
grind
exactly.
drawing.
Pretty much, but I mean, yeah, you could do it. You could do it. It's like you can do whatever you want. Follow your
Look at
dreams.
this detail. I love you. I don't do this often enough. I need to start doing this more. But just when you pull out of the map like that, it's just there's so much detail you got outside of the map that adds to
Yeah,
like the background. That's cool.
Yeah.
I love it, man. That's
yeah,
you got
like
like
the
the
little
church in the background.
lighthouse
It's all and
there.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
Just like a lot of things. Like there's little lights going on here. There's trebuchets. Yeah, there's like a lot of details, I guess.
Too busy getting shot by archers to notice all the details.
Yeah, no, fair point. Fair point. Like I understand when people don't notice them, but when you're dead, just
Yeah,
this
that's
goes
cool.
for every map. Like if you're ever dead, don't alt tab. Just fly around.
That's all I
Take
ever
in the
do.
details.
Find those cats.
Find
That's-
the hidden mushroom. This is the
Oh.
cat's mushroom.
Oh, nice.
Because I remember testing this map with Katza, and I accidentally placed this one. He was like, "Yeah, leave it." I was like, "Okay." So this is the Katza mushroom right now, little pedo.
That's so much.
Nice. Grows out of wood. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, why not? Why not? But
Absolutely respect a mushroom there.
yeah, there's like a lot of like details. Like for example, these
Ooh,
rooms, they're
at
all
that.
like manually placed.
The moonlight
That's
through
just-
the tree. I need to turn my
I know, I
graphics back
love
up. That
that.
looked good. Do that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like I
Got a
love
little
this shot
occlusion.
here as well. Like just
Mhm.
this like this
Oh,
scotch
yeah.
way. It's
like
really
the
cool.
canals. Canals are
that's
nice.
a desktop
Yeah,
background right there.
this was
And
a
behind,
pain
this one too.
a pain to make because this is not with
It's
terrain.
not even something
This is
you've
the
seen on
terrain.
the.
Oh,
These are
wow.
all like walls that I placed basically. Same with this. This is all like
You had to
The
this is
flatten
not
out the ground to
Okay,
make the
oh,
water
shit,
between
okay.
the walls.
this is not with the
Ah.
terrain tool basically. This is all like I had to make. Oh, I just think I crashed again.
Yeah, you crashed.
Stop crashing. I'm not allowed to show my secrets. But yeah, like the amount of like this also took me a while. I mean, obviously you can copy paste after a while, but yeah, like there's currently in this map there's 3,206 objects, and that's all
insane.
Wow.
placed
That's all
with
hand
my hand.
placed. That's
Yeah, more or
crazy.
less, yeah. Except for the copy paste bits, I guess, but that's like maybe 100. But yeah, most of it is hand placed. Like uh, all these like little things here. A lot of this is like hand placed. Even these
Oh
mugs
boy.
here. So yeah, it's like you don't even notice this, which is fine. But if you walk past it, if you don't have this, basically, it looks weird. It looks empty. Like, why
Mhm.
would there be a bar without like bread or whatever on top, right? So, yeah, they do make a difference. But yeah, no, a lot is hand placed. But I don't expect people to make this, by the way. Like, especially when you're starting out, don't
Not
feel
on
like
first
you
try,
have
yeah.
to. Yeah, like you don't think this is like the bar that you have to reach or anything like
Nope.
that. Not at all.
And anyways, I
This is
think
just
we'll
this
have
is just me being
people
weird.
working on plains map and like mountains and just like open maps for Strategus. So
That
I
one,
mean,
yeah.
if at that point they're good enough to just do those, that's
It's a good way to
great.
start, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the best way to start is just like a battle map, and yeah, just keep it small, keep it simple. It's fine. Usually you have to learn the tools as well, and you have to kind of like after a while. What I did, I went through all these entities, all these objects, just to know what I can work with,
That's
like
true.
what kind of things I have. And when you're just starting out, you don't know what kind of objects you have. I don't know why it just keeps doing that, but so yeah, like that's also something like maybe take the time just to see all the objects that are available that you can use. But it just takes a while. That's what I did. I have just too much time. So I just go through everything, like literally everything. I'm like, oh,
That looks
I've
cool.
a straw, like I can use this. Maybe I can retexture it, that sort of thing. But
So if
yeah.
Tail Worlds is out there listening, they should hire this guy. Jesus.
Definitely.
Nah.
He knows his shit and would make way better maps than native, for sure. Give this dude a
Thi-
job.
I think Bolero is still like I think he's like the map making wizard in my opinion, but that's just me.
Oh yeah, we
So
tried
there's
to
a
get
lot of good
him.
maps out there, but yeah.
Tried to get
There's
him, but he's not really proficient in English, so that was the main problem. We wanted to
Yeah.
get both of you at the same
I still
time.
want to know what language he does speak because I realized I could also cover Japanese
I
if
think
we
I
have
think it's
somebody who's
German.
Japanese.
I
Oh,
think it's
I know
German.
a German. I know Germans.
I know a bit German as well, but not
There you
fluent
go.
enough. But
Yeah.
yeah, like there's a lot of maps that I like. By the way, it's not just Bolero. Obviously, there's a lot of map makers
So
that
many
I
good maps.
like. I really like Quarry, for example, but also the details, like the cranes, for example. This crane that I made,
Mhm.
like this is all just random parts. Like this is just
Really? Oh,
random stuff that I put together. This is
Mill
a
wheel.
water
Yeah,
mill.
water
Yeah,
wheel.
like these are just wheels from like a cart that I just put in.
no
You
way.
But
must love
Oh my god,
Legos.
this is nice.
Do you
yeah,
play
like it's
Legos?
I would
I
never have
used to,
guessed. It really feels.
but
Oh
What?
wow, cool.
like it's
That's
all just
awesome.
random stuff put together. But I got this idea from Quarry because he did this. Like the map maker
Ah,
did this as well, and I was like, wow, that's
clever.
just creative, you know? Yeah, like that's clever. That's fun. I'm gonna try that as
I
well.
really would have thought like that was One Piece. Like.
Definitely. Me too.
So
Sweet.
so that's kind of what I meant earlier with like best practices. Just look at maps. Look at how
Mhm.
did they make a crane? How did like what kind of pieces did they use?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
Can you
But
animate
yeah,
stuff on maps? I guess like you can have gates open and close, but that just has the functionality included. You can't like make a like say for instance a button on that crane that makes the platform go up and down.
there's a script
Okay.
that Takio made that you can like have sudden items appear at a certain population. So when you have like
Hmm.
50 population, walls would open up or something like that.
Oh, cool.
So
Oh yeah,
it would
it's new
make
for me.
the map bigger, that sort of thing.
I thought like
Um,
lifts and elevators would be cool. Like if you had a
yeah, I
crane
think
and then
he had that
somebody
as
wanted to
well.
use it to get to a higher tier, like a higher level, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
One
there
day.
was some
I
talk
think
about that.
Takio is working on that.
Nice.
There's some custom scripts. But as for like animated things, this is floating. I kind
Okay.
of changed it to be like more, you know, chill because it's like dry water. It's not really.
Oh
But I
yeah,
have
it is
some
animated.
boats. Yeah, it's animated.
Look
That's
at
the kind
that.
of thing I personally do. But no, I
Nice.
don't have like buttons and shit. That would be fun though. Like have like a platform that rises up. That would be
Mhm.
fun gameplay. Like when you're getting
Yeah.
like when you're getting chased or something, you're just making this grunt escape. You know, like just with a button, like in a
Rat
Assassin's
movie.
Creed
behavior.
style, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
Just
god.
run up to the rope and go.
Ult- ultimate rap behavior. Actually, that's kind of funny because a lot of people that's how I escaped once on the previous map. A lot of people don't know that you can walk up these backs here. Like this is you
Oh
can
Oh.
just smoothly
really?
walk
Oh
it up.
my god.
So
Yeah.
I jumped down here, and everybody was giving me chase, and they were like, "Oh, he's cornered." So they just kind of gave up and let like two guys try to finish me off, and I just ran up again. I was like, "Bye," and they
Nice.
walked up these stairs here. But
That's
yeah, no, like
motivation enough to make your own maps, just so you know your own secret
See,
back
yeah,
ways.
talking about.
I know
Love
the
it.
angles. I know the angles. Like, there's a lot of little sneaky angles that you can use.
Mhm.
But yeah, no,
Are there
yeah, for
any
real.
other? I don't want to pry too much into your workings. Is there anything else you want to show us? Maybe a little insight into
Want to
the
show
new stuff.
Any other little
new
Or anything you
stuff?
tidbits?
want to show, man. Honestly, is cool.
Any crumbs or
Oh, do you have
teas for
any?
the
I
Oh
rats?
mean,
yeah. Do you have any other
I'm
project than the map you showed us?
do
Like
I?
early?
Maybe. Let me check. I mean, I've abandoned projects that
Well, I
I
see
Uh
just
the
gave
one
up
you had
on.
that map that you said you didn't finish, and it looked like a little village. It
it
was like a village in a
it did
circle in
make
the
me think
middle.
of the village under rain that we had at
Yeah,
one point.
it
I
was.
have Yarnstead, I have Halifax that I never finished.
Oh,
I have placeholder. That's
That
probably
one.
one as well. Maybe it's that one. I don't know. Lost City. I try to make this like sort of ruins, sort of in desert map, a battle map. I never finished that. But currently, no, I'm not. I'm working on ruins, and after that, I'm gonna make one more DTV map, just so it has like a map pool, so you
mm,
Okay.
don't play the same maps over. Because right now, every DTV map is more or less mine. Um, and then I'm gonna make another battle map, which is requested by. It's gonna be the setting of that Rosethorn map because Salt liked that. So I was like, yeah, why not? I can continue on. And it's gonna be like a warband map, like a cRPG 1 map, because Katza was talking about that, and Nor as well. They were like, yeah, we want like a warband sort of map,
What do you
which is
mean by
gonna,
that? Like a small kind of
yeah, like a lot of
deep
alleys.
fetch type?
Yeah, it's kind of like the Forlorn map, like Forlorn. The I don't know if like how you guys. It's the Mon Lizard Maid, I believe, which is also based of cRPG 1, I believe.
I don't
But
remember
it's
the
like gonna be
names.
it's gonna be asymmetrical. It's the one with the tower in the middle, um, where you
Oh,
can climb up on one side. But it's
Okay,
gonna be
okay.
like a lot of little alleys and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a hell for cavalry. No, not really. It's gonna be fun.
Thank God.
Um, no, but it's that's gonna be my newest map. I'm not sure when I
Some
will make
urban
that.
maps are cool. Do love some urban maps.
Yeah, it's gonna be an urban one though, but it's gonna be balanced because I also want to give cavalry, a fighting chance.
Mhm.
But I don't really. I mean, I only have abandoned projects like this. Like this is a map I abandoned. I was like, nah, I'm done with this. I don't like this.
mm,
And I already
kind
did
of
some
cool. You
some
got the
working on
pads
it.
coming in. Yeah. What didn't you like about it?
It's just too big.
Ah,
It's just too big. This is like gonna be like a battle map or something. I was like, nah. And this was supposed to
yeah.
be a waterfall sort of thing
Oh
going.
Oh,
man,
imagine going
with
in
an
the
entrance.
waterfall. Oh,
Like,
Oh
oh
man, that'd be
no!
sweet.
Oh my god! Why are we missing
but
on
Can't
that?
abandon it
You
now.
have to complete it
Jeez.
Now you're
now.
making me excited.
no, don't. I
you,
can't. I can't.
you have to do something with that waterfall. Like all gamers know, you can get behind a waterfall.
But yeah, I mean that's where the secret is, right? But what else? I don't know. I have a lot of like these little things that I never finished. Like here, the wall, the head in the sand.
Okay.
Mhm,
This was gonna be a battle map as well, with like in the middle, sort of like a where you can go below, but also like above, sort of thing.
mhm.
I never finished this either. I was like, nah, I don't feel it anymore. So
The artistic process.
yeah.
It still looks good though. I mean, you get the makings of a map there.
I mean, it's the
Absolutely.
start, but this is kind of how it's how I usually start. I just make like I use the measurement tool just so I can like this is like 100. See, that's the
Right.
the rule that you want to follow for battle maps. You just go for 100, and then I like to do the outlines, and then I remove this, and now I know what area I have to work with, right?
Mhm.
So that's kind of how I start my maps.
Very
But yeah,
cool.
no, I don't have anything crazy to show you guys,
You
unfortunately.
feel like when you give up map, it's because you don't have enough time to continue working on it, and like the other day after, you're just like, eh, I'm gonna start another
It's
one.
just It's just that I
You're,
just don't feel it or something. I get stuck sometimes. Like with
hmm
this, I was trying to make this like trading post, like the big sort of arena where you can also go underneath it and like up the stairs and stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm
yeah.
gonna try something like that, and I was just like puzzling, and I was like, no, never mind, it's too much work. And then I I just abandoned it. Like I was like, nah, I'm not feeling it. But
Okay.
yeah, no, I don't
At the same
right
time, it
now. I
probably
just have to
gives
run this one.
you ideas or experience to work on other maps that you do. So in the future, you might attempt it again, and it will work better off because you had your own, you
Yeah.
know.
So this is the very like you can see 2709. That's when I started mapping. This is the very first one, and then came Samuri after.
Hmm.
On this map, I probably spent 60 hours just learning the editor.
Hmm.
This is a non-functional map because Samuri was my first map that was actually playable. But this was my first non-functional map, basically the very first ever map I ever
Oh
made.
wow.
But it's not, you cannot play this, and this is like massive.
It's not meant
It
for
looks cool, but
battles
yeah,
or
no.
any modes. But
Kind
This
of
I
is
Looks
mean,
looks
like
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 it's like a.
it feels
Persistent
like
Empires
something.
map.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, it
an
looks like
exactly.
EE
that
map
other
or a
mod that we're not
Oh,
mentioning.
It's something you
but
can RP on, and
man
it's fair.
battle on here. Oh, I
uh,
want to see it. I want it to happen.
no, it's not gonna happen though. But this was like
Conquest
technically my
map.
very first map, but it's
Yeah,
not the. Yeah, it was gonna be a conquest map or at least a siege map because I love siege.
sweet. That's
But I'm
beautiful
not
too.
gonna finish this. I'm not gonna do
Oh,
anything with
it's
this.
Oh
such a
look, I
beautiful
love the aesthetic,
Scandinavian
man.
town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to live there. Oh, look at this place.
I think this is kind of like my like not my worst map, but yeah, you can see that I use the same asset over and
Mm.
over, right? Like that's kind of how you
Mhm.
can see when someone is like experienced or not. Like nowadays, I would use different assets. I would retexture things. I would change the color a little bit because wood is never exactly the same color, right? Like
Right.
that
Right.
sort of thing. So and this is all like standard props. Like
Okay.
on silver scallops, I made the whole market myself, which is kind of fun, I
Oh,
guess,
wow.
to show. But yeah, this was just like more of like a practice sort of map where I
Mhm.
could like just
For sure.
learn the
Hell
program a
of a
little
lot of
bit.
practice. You spent
Yeah, a
60
lot of
hours
practice.
just learning how to
Yeah,
use the interface, basically.
yeah, because I remember I wanted to change like the fog. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna put like make it very foggy and like, oh, it's so cool. But what I didn't do when I was testing it, it kept resetting, and I didn't know you had to save it to scene.
Oh.
So I was like, I didn't know that, right? So I was like,
Rookie
why doesn't
mistake.
it save? Like, yeah, exactly, that sort of thing. And I didn't dare to ask yet on the Discord. That's why I say like just ask questions
Just
because I was
ask.
like, all these guys, this might be the stupidest question. And I remember asking at one point, like, hey, my atmosphere, it doesn't save. How come? And they were like, oh, you have to save it to the scene. I was like,
See,
it's like,
that
oh, that
doesn't.
makes
You're
sense.
speaking in Spanish over here. I don't. None of that even makes sense to me. But having experience now that got it.
Yeah, like you have to click this button, and now it's gonna be stuck to this map basically.
I'm
But yeah,
disappointed that this is never going to see the light of. This is a pretty. I know that you got the little imperfections there, but this is just a cool looking map.
Mhm. I like it.
it's big though. Like maybe no. Actually, I say maybe it's not gonna happen.
Yes, maybe you got to maybe.
No, it could happen. But
Alright.
yeah, Silver Scallops, like this is probably my biggest map. I
Mhm.
wonder how many objects are in it because we had 3,000 on Drakenberg.
Wow.
This one has
Oh,
I was actually
4,099.
curious about the Scallots and Talmberg maps too. I guess you didn't
Mm,
do that one, but the
yeah.
did you like pull maps out of like for reference out of Kingdom Come because they had those very
Oh yeah.
faithfully recreated in
Oh
that.
yeah. I use this.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, it looks.
the map from Silver Scallops, I just based it off a little bit, like not
Mhm.
101, but you can see like the 4 fields. I have that here as well.
Yeah. Because
It's
it's
and like these
very much
houses
like it,
sort
and
of,
I played a lot of that game, and I was like,
and the
this map
blacksmith
is.
sort of thing, like
Yep.
that's in
Oh,
the inner
recognizing
courtyard,
all
I
that stuff.
guess. It's not the exact same, but yeah, no,
Right.
It looked
I
like
definitely, I mean,
it's close.
it's close enough. Yeah,
It's
close
very
enough.
close. It's
I do
very, very
recognize
cool.
it from
Yep.
you used it another map.
Yeah, and so these stalls, what I was saying earlier,
You
I
made
was
that.
using like a preset, but yeah, this is all like
Oh
individually
Can
yes. Look
placed
at the meat,
pins,
the
basically.
oranges.
can you group them and like copy the whole set?
You can make prefabs, so
Yeah.
that's kind of
Okay.
what these like entities are basically. Like these are like, because often you can recognize it that yeah, let's just do this sort of platform, I believe. Yeah, so these are also all prefabs.
Yeah.
This is from native, but you can see they're like
But you can make yours. Like you
Yeah, I was
can.
gonna say, can you
yeah,
save your
exactly.
own custom one?
Exactly. 'Cause you can see these are also all like individual entities put together.
Mhm.
Like see, like this,
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
and then they grouped up. But yeah, you can do that, definitely.
That's awesome.
I
Oh,
recommend
gosh.
doing that even because otherwise you're gonna have to do everything over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then you could duplicate it like that, and then just customize each one slightly, like tweak them, right? So you could have two marketplace stalls, almost the same, but with different things on the tables that you could
yeah, exactly.
pull off that way. That's super cool. Yeah, right there. There's a good example. You got
I know that
similar assets arranged different ways.
the details in it are what makes the map, and I know they're not easy. The game's harder to do that with, I guess. I've been told. So appreciate you making the maps look pretty, man. Jeez.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So good. God, it's one of the things. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, the immersion in Mountain Blade, in cRPG, and just Mountain Blade in general, for me is a huge factor. I mean, I more than the gameplay itself, I
Wait,
like
are they
just feeling
animated
like I'm
or
in the.
like are they
Yeah, they're
animated
anime.
by
Yeah.
on base?
No, they are.
Yeah,
They
but
are
Oh
from
yeah,
the base now.
did you
put a little
animate
Turn my
watermark
them
to it.
graphics
to?
up from now on.
No, I
Jeez.
did not do this.
No,
This is
it's
from the game. Yeah.
It's
The-
alive.
It's alive. It's a live cabbage patch. That's what you guys wanted, right? So,
Yeah, there it
but
is.
there you have
There
it.
you
The
go.
immersion
That's a map.
is so important to this game. The details that end up in these maps just sell it
Yeah,
completely.
like
Yeah.
Make it
all
so much better.
these things basically are
Oh,
like
you got
just put in
looms. You
there.
got oh man,
Okay.
So yeah,
sweet.
like it's then that's the thing, you don't notice it when you're just playing the map, right? Like maybe some people, but often you just go like, oh, I must kill Unga Bunga,
Mhm.
which is fine because that's what I do as well.
It's
Um,
still even if you
but
don't look at them like
yeah,
individually,
you still
it's
notice it. You still like sort of
yeah,
register, right?
you
Like
feel it.
if I would not have this, for example, look how
It would
empty
look
it is,
wrong.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just weird. It's like, does someone live there?
Right.
Um, well, I can't go back all the way, but yeah, now it already looks better, right? Like, oh,
Mhm.
okay, yeah, I
Yeah.
see. Same with these like sort of alleys. Like, if I would not have like this sort of piles of trash and stuff like that, it would just look weird. So, yeah, like that's what I said earlier. Like, one of the tips, make it feel like it's lived in, like that people actually live here. Because people notice it even without really noticing it,
Yeah, you don't have
right?
to be conscious of it for it to
Yeah,
register in your brain somehow that something ain't right. And you can't tell
exactly.
why. And then you might be like, well, this game feels cheap. And you're like, I don't really know why it feels cheap, but it feels cheap. But when
Yeah.
somebody puts that level of detail into it and thought into maps and into the texturing and all of it,
Mm.
it definitely
I
enhances it.
think people know when the person who did it was was into making it. Like he liked the process and
For sure. Yeah.
he put a lot of time in it.
Passion
Like
project
you
versus.
can see it. Like even if you
It's
don't
the
know what
funnest
has
part,
been
man.
done,
Yeah.
It's
I
the
think
best
everyone
part.
can
Yeah.
catch it. Yeah.
Yeah. We can
Like
all
this
feel
should
your
be the
passion.
best part. Like you're creating, like you're blowing life into the map basically by adding details. I
Well
don't like
said.
sculpting the terrain, but yeah, as soon as you start adding these little pieces, you're like, yeah, it's fun. It's like I like to compare it to video editing because that's what I did as well for a long time. And the edits is what makes the stuff that you filmed like come together, right? Like literally.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the same with this. Like adding all these details and stuff, it starts to blow life into the map. So yeah, I don't
We
know.
appreciate it, man. Sheesh.
I don't. Once again, I don't expect people to do this sort of crazy details that in the first few maps that they make. Like it's a slow process. Like as you can see, like already these planks are already different from
Mhm.
what I had on the first map. Like adding like these small individual planks as well, right? Like that sort of thing. Yeah, like I don't know. It's just take your time. A map is never done. Like even if I was at this stage, I would still fly around like this for hours, literally hours,
Yeah,
and just like,
you're
hey,
enjoying
maybe I
it,
can
but
add
you
a little
always
thing
find
here.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and the little Easter egg that is on this map, or not Easter egg. Well, there's one in this area here.
Just one, maybe just one.
It's
Don't give
just
them all
like
away.
over there.
There's more, but over there in this
In
general
this
area,
area,
there's an Easter egg. Um,
You have to go below the
and
map.
there's another one in this area here as well.
Um, mhm.
So if you want to find it, this is where the gameplay Easter egg is that you can use. But yeah, man.
uh,
So if you ever a defender, there's a nice little spot around here somewhere
cool, cool,
that you
Well,
can
we
cool.
use.
don't have
Somewhere in the
time to look at
castle.
this. It's always like the big push.
And it's funny because Nor was the first one to message me. He was like, "Was this intentional?" I'm like, "Oh, maybe, maybe. Are you gonna change it?" I'm like, "No, I like it. It's fun. If people know about it, let them use it. It's
Mhm.
not like it's not gonna win you the map. Basically, it's not gonna be. It's not that super
Mhm.
overpowered or anything like that." But oh yeah, as we discussed earlier, this is like one of those things you can safely drop
Oh,
off this
because
onto
of
this.
Yeah, that's
the
what I was
sticks.
Fair.
talking earlier about.
Yeah,
These are very good. There's some map where I can get on the defender side and try to like push them out, and it's really
it's
it
annoying.
feels
Yeah,
it feels annoying. Also, maps that you just try to get to the point and you're just lost. That's that's a no go for me. That's something that killed my enjoyment by a lot. But
yeah, and just this is a tip for everybody because not a lot of people know. But this wall here, you can break it.
mhm.
With
And
just
I see a
standard
lot of
weapons
people
or
with this catapult here,
oh yeah, yeah.
and even with this trebuchet. There's a lot of
Nice.
people who are wondering why is this
Interesting.
trebuchet here. I
Mhm.
tested it with Katsu. You can hit this wall, you don't have to push the RAM. It's actually kind of noob bait. I'm just gonna say it now.
I love
Ah,
People will
RAM.
still,
Yeah,
I
because
people
always
will
push
still
the
push it.
RAM.
I feel like
People will still
most
go
of the
for it,
RAMs
but
are
New bait.
it's just noob bait. But yeah, as we were talking about, like these are the pals that I was talking about. You can safely drop here. You can drop safely from this height. I made sure you can drop from here without losing HP. So you don't have to open this gate almost ever if you really wanted to. Yeah, these barricades you can. It's one way,
Yes,
so
I've noticed
so you
them, and they're
can
great.
jump over it. So yeah, like that's kind of what I try to do. Also, another. I don't know if I should show you guys. It's
No.
in the.
maybe not.
You sure?
Don't
It's not. It's
can't
not
give
an
away all the
Easter egg.
secrets.
It's not an Easter egg. It's not even really a secret. If you just
Oh,
All right,
open
well,
your
show us then.
eyes,
Open
you
your
go
eyes.
down. Yeah, you can go down.
Oh, what the heck? I
you
didn't know
don't have
that.
to
I actually
break
did it.
open this gate. You can go down and you can go around.
Oh wow.
It just
Whoa,
takes
there's
so
the
much
That's a part of
time.
a map. So that makes sense. Okay.
back entrance.
Wow, dude.
So
Well,
yeah, it's a back entrance. I mean, the downside is that it takes a while to get there, but imagine splitting off like just like a small recon. Well, not
Mhm.
recon, just a small group of
Yeah,
10
you get
I like
guys.
them
that, dude. That's cool. I like that you do that. And almost all your maps, you
yeah,
have an alternate path. That's really cool.
Mhm.
yeah, like otherwise this choke point would be like, I mean, you could still win it, but
Yeah,
it's
it'd
very
be
hard
hard.
for
That's what it,
attackers.
let's be
Yeah,
honest. That's what it turns into 90%
Thank you,
of the
Meow.
time.
Thank
pretty
you for
much like a
subscribe
grind
too.
fest. But yeah, no, there's an
Have a
alternate
nice
route basically,
night.
and you can use
Cool.
the ladder obviously. But yeah, also the flag is now down here.
Oh, that was a
For
problem, man.
balancing, yeah, that was very
Hardest flag
problematic.
in the game, pretty much.
It should
Jeez.
be, it should be doable now up down here. I feel like I'm just gonna test it. Otherwise, I'm gonna change it up again.
Cool.
But yeah, man, like, yeah, this is the latest conquest map I made.
The
It's a lot of
crown
fun.
jewel of siege mode. I love it.
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, there's some maps. I mean, yeah,
I don't know.
but I like it. I think it's fun. That's why I make maps, right? Like make maps so I can play them. I make maps that I would enjoy.
Heck yeah.
And that's what makes this mod the best, because everybody who's making shit is making it so they can play it.
Yeah, you're
you
not
know?
Mhm.
you're
It's
not
like
getting paid. I don't think anybody isn't here
we're
knows
doing
that,
our
but
own. Everybody's like making their own little playground here, and it's fucking great.
This is also
Like
floating on water.
everything from
oh, nice.
cRPG is community driven, so yeah.
And
Yeah, nothing is paid or anything like that. We
Nothing
just do it
paid.
for the
And
love of
passion
the
project.
game.
every money you
love to
put
be.
in donation is always going for the server cost
Server maintenance fee.
and
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
or to help the mod, but it's not like no one's getting paid. So
No,
it's
not.
really
I'm actually paying. I'm a donator. So
yeah. I was a donator, but I mean I
I
was
am still
kind of
yeah, no. I
I'm
mean,
donating,
if you
but yeah.
can, spare the money,
Oh
like
yeah.
if you can miss the
Ooh, I got
money, then
another
why
follow.
not? But yeah, nice.
Titanium.
But yeah, like that's it. That's the mapping. If you have any more questions
I
or
think
want to see
we're
anything,
Efficient, man.
much
Thank you for your
done.
insight.
Maybe if there's people in the chat who have questions,
Oh yeah, let's go with that chat.
go for it. It's time for chat questions. And
By the way,
after
I see
that,
you
I
got
think
3 subscribers. Congrats
yeah,
on that
right.
shit.
nice, man.
It's the
Hell
first
yeah.
time I get subscribers.
Good stuff.
It's
Great.
getting
Nice.
well.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Pending questions.
I don't really get
RFL's
anything.
bedtime is past 2 hours ago.
Yeah, pretty much.
Appreciate you staying up, man. It means a lot, dude. Your maps are straight up just. I didn't know half the stuff that went into this, and it's opening my eyes. It takes a lot, and we appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Like
right.
I didn't even realize how many maps I made, to be honest. Like when I was doing with X, when
You're
I
like, oh shit.
when I went
That's a
over
lot.
it, yeah, I was like, whoa, I have 15 maps
You
in
know
the
what?
rotation right
It
now.
was the
That's
gonna be a
best way.
problem.
What we did
That's
for your
crazy.
introduction was the best way to do it because, to be honest, that took me so much time. And
Oh,
I don't know if you'd be
Yeah.
up to go through that whole process.
I'm so sorry, X, about that.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It
I
made it
mean,
so much
no,
harder.
it's something that happens. It happens to me like quite sometimes.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that opened my eyes as well. I was like, wow, that's a lot of maps. Like, damn.
Mhm.
That's too many. Need to
No,
calm
it's
down a
never
little
too
bit.
many. What do you mean?
No. Never. Yeah, don't burn
Make
yourself
more.
out either. Find
And
line. Find
I
line.
mean, when you make more maps, it's just like because there's some that goes out of rotation, and just having like a new maps is like so much refreshing.
Yeah,
And
no, for sure.
players
Yeah.
do enjoy having some fresh
It
air.
breathes life into the mod. Every time there's a new map out, a new place to fight, a new place
Yeah,
to
for
murder
sure.
each other wantonly, we 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 go nuts. We love it. Love or hate.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes people will complain about things, but man, it doesn't matter. It's all great. This is all
And now
just
we know that there's cats hidden everywhere, so we can
yeah,
even when we're
find
not
cats.
killing people,
There's
we can go
cats.
find cats.
So
There's
the
cats
other day,
everywhere.
my kid, she's 4, and she asked me like, "Why are you always fighting in that game? Why are you guys always murdering, like killing and fighting?" And I'm like, now
Wise.
I'm gonna be like, well,
Yeah.
look, there is another game we can play in this game, and we can go find cats. Let's do it. She's gonna be down. She's gonna be down. So if you see
Yeah.
me walking around looking for cats, that's
Now you know
don't hit
why.
me. Please don't shoot me, Axe.
There's one
I don't
downside
know about
though.
that.
Yeah, he's still doing it.
There's one downside to having that many maps. You have to constantly update them because they're just like people give you feedback, and you do have to work on them constantly as
Mhm.
well. So that's also for all the mappers, the up and coming mappers. If you
You
post a
can.
map, expect people are gonna give feedback, and you will have to maintain it. Basically, there is some maintenance required. So keep that in mind. It's not like you just drop a map and you can just fall off the earth, like you're just
Just walk
gone.
away. Yeah.
What will
Yeah,
happen
exactly. You
is
can just
mostly
walk away.
it's gonna
Yeah,
be in one
exactly.
update and then it get removed because there's no one
Pretty
to
much. You have to constantly
take
update
care of it.
things. If something is broken, you will have to work on it as well. So,
Mm.
but if you like it, then it's not a biggie. So it's fun. But yeah, spot the cat.
Good. I'm
Cool.
glad we
It's
have
always
you
good.
today. And are you all guys fine with the result of the podcast?
Yeah,
Do you
good,
want?
good. Time's good. Let's
All right. Well,
get him out of here
Good
so we can
for
get out and go to
today.
sleep.
I guess we're done now.
Oh man.
Thank
RFL,
you
thank
for
you.
people
Yeah.
watching.
Thanks, man. Yeah. If you're still here, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Love you. Have a good night.
Just watching is giving so much like exposure to the mod. It really does help. Um,
Hell yeah.
devs love it.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Really, yeah.
Yeah, we
I
try
hope I
to.
inspired some people. Maybe I scared some people. It might also
Oh, I know
happen.
you inspired
I don't
me.
know.
You have to
They're
give it
like,
another
oh,
go.
I
matchmaking,
feel
hell
like
no.
it's more good than bad, obviously.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
yeah, a lot of time goes into it. So yeah. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you,
It's
man.
fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I'll end it there. Yep. Bye.
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 Goodbye, chat. Goodbye, everyone. Like, subscribe. All right.